These are extreme and qualifying circumstances that would not have been tolerated even in the Old Testament. Grudem found a breakthrough in 1 Corinthians 7:15 in the phrase, "in such cases." The phrase "in such cases" in 1 Corinthians 7:15 had never been investigated before. It says, "But if the unbelieving partner separates, let it be so. In such cases, the brother or sister is not enslaved. God has called you to peace." Grudem wondered if it means in only this case, desertion by unbeliever, or in any cases that have similarly destroyed a marriage or left a spouse in a state of abandonment. His research uncovered several examples of this phrase in extra-biblical literature that shows that the Greek phrase, meaning "in such cases," often includes more kinds of situations than the original example. I am including a link to his paper on this, which shows all of the research that he has done and his exegetical work. Instone Brewer argues that Jesus did not oppose all divorce, but only the any matter or no-fault divorce promulgated for men by the Hillelite, not the Shemaite, branch of the Pharisees. Jesus and Paul assumed the universally accepted grounds for divorce in early Judaism, reflected in the marriage contracts of the day. Not only adultery, but also failure to comply with the 3 marital obligations specified in Exodus 21, verses 10 through 11, food, clothing, and conjugal rights. The latter 3 were grouped in rabbinic sources as material neglect, withholding food and clothing, and emotional neglect, withholding sexual relations, perhaps widened already in the 1st century to acts of cruelty and public humiliation. According to Instone Brewer, Jesus and Paul held that both a person who divorces on valid grounds and a person who is divorced on invalid grounds are free to remarry. Biblical scholar Robert A.J. Gagnon, Ph.D., sees Instone Brewer's view as the best scriptural case, not only to date, but also for the foreseeable future, for broadening the grounds for divorce and remarriage after divorce beyond the grounds of adultery or extreme physical abuse or desertion that are normally accepted in evangelical churches.